Okay, before I show some documents, I'm searching here on YouTube. Nesbitt Kuyrkendall. She was FBI agent in charge of investigating Jeffrey Epstein Epstein, not Epstein or Epstein or anything like that. It's Epstein, like Einstein, not Einstein, but Einstein. So I'm trying to first just search her name and surname. Nothing. Only these two things which are totally not related. Especially this one. This doesn't have anything to do with the search. So I'm trying to see if maybe she's here. One result. Okay. So nothing. I'm going back, and if I add FBI, maybe something will change. Yeah, it will change. Like that means that it's nothing. So maybe it's here. 636.
The FBI is arresting.
Okay, so yeah, there is a transcript. Maybe I can see here Nesbitt. It's not 50 women. It's way more than that. Dylan Max. Yeah, right. I should be able to find this. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. Even if I move this to the top, I should be able to find it. Let's see. Yeah. So if Nesbitt is there, it says one and only one match. Okay, it's not there. I hope this is correct. So to conclude, I cannot find this any video, especially video with the with title that contains name or last name of this FBI agent, extremely important FBI agent. So I'm not creating this video to change that fact. I will add it to my YouTube channel. So I'm not going to play, before I show documents, as I said, I'm not going to play videos, or more precisely, interviews with Maria Farmer, the most important and the most credible victim of Jeffrey Epstein, because she holds the key to the whole thing. She knows they told her, so both Actually, Ghislaine Maxwell told her. Probably it was not really her intention to do that, but she did it anyways. So this video is the most important video because Maria Farmer explicitly stated here who is really behind Jeffrey Epstein, and it's not Leslie Wexner. So I'm going to play these four interviews. This is with Sean Atwood, again the most important video in Jeffrey Epstein scandal. I have two videos related to this video and how it's removed in Apple Podcast and YouTube from Sean Atwood's channel. So, second is with George Galloway. At the end of this video and another video with Maria Farmer, he said that Les Wexner and I think Maria Farmer mentioned also Dershowitz, so maybe it's in another interview he had with her. He said at the end of this interview that Leslie Wexner and Dershowitz are not there to respond, and he invited them to come to his program to interview them. They never, of course, appeared, as far as I know. Okay, so that was the second. This is something related to that interview, and this is the third interview. So in both of these three interviews, Maria Farmer mentioned Nesbitt Kuyrkendall. I thought it's crocodile for some reason. So it's not. I recently found out her real surname, so I'm just going to play this.
People are like, well, maybe they thought it was a call. I had so much information. And they passed me to another guy when I talked about Wexner. You better believe they knew that I knew what I was talking about. They asked me to not say anything. Then they came to me 10 years later, Sean. I was pushed into poverty and obscurity because Ghislaine kept finding me. And she would call me and I would get death threats. And then I would have to move again. And people with whom Eileen Guggenheim was affiliated were tipping her off, I found out later. So there was this man that was friends with him. And he one day said, I don't believe you. No one does. And I said, I don't care if you believe me. But then I had to lose all contacts because I didn't know who was leaking, right? So I'm alone, living in the woods in North Carolina in the worst town I've ever been to in my life. And I'm hiding in the woods. And I wanted to explain this. I have a very rare brain tumor. And I was treated for what happened before those names came out. It was very important, the timing.
How helpful?
So egregious that they never listened, and they knew I was telling the truth, Sean. This is another thing that really bugs me. People are like, well, maybe they thought it was a call. I had so much information. And they passed me to another guy when I talked about Wexner. You better believe they knew that I knew what I was talking about. They asked me to not say anything. Then they came to me 10 years later, Sean. I was pushed into poverty and obscurity because Ghislaine kept finding me. And she would call me and I would get death threats. And then I would have to move again. And people with whom Eileen Guggenheim was...
So Eileen Guggenheim was actually who was leaking this information, actually people who were related to her. So she's very, very important in this whole scheme. She's basically one of the major co-conspirators in trying to intimidate the most important and the most credible victim, Maria Farmer, victim of Jeffrey Epstein. She's the most credible because she reported everything to FBI in 1996. This is what she's now talking about. And FBI ignored her. When some state institution ignores you, I have a video on that. And I will create a separate video on that because it's extremely important. So when some state institution ignores you, it means that presumption of innocence no longer apply. It's presumption of guilt. So when they ignored her, they admitted that everyone she reported, including Donnie, I call him Donnie Trump, this real piece of shit former president, and of course she reported Dershowitz and so on and so on. So it means that they are all presumed guilty.
Affiliated were tipping her off. I found out later. So there was this man that was friends with him, and he one day said, "I don't believe you. No one does."
So tipping her off.
And I said, "I don't care if you believe me." But then I had to like lose all contacts because I didn't know who was leaking, right? So I'm alone, living in the woods in North Carolina, in the worst town I've ever been to in my life. And I'm hiding in the woods, and I get a knock on the door, and it's the FBI, and it's these two really beautiful, tall, blonde people. And I'm like, is this about my student loans? You know, I was terrified. I'm like, oh, I've never paid them. I don't have any money. And they laughed, and they were like, no, Maria, this is about your 1996 FBI report, and we have to talk to you because we're going to arrest this man. And I'm going to tell you, those two that came were heroes. And this woman, Nesbitt Kuyrkendall, she was the one who was going to make sure that all of these perpetrators were put away. And she was. I mean, she's a mother, a beautiful human being who dedicated years since I had reported it. She was secretly working on this. And boy, did they take that away from her. And they put her into hiding. And no one can find her, okay? And so Brad nobody can interview her because her neighbors say, well, she left in the middle of the night. That sounds like me.
Okay, so Brad here is Brad Edwards, attorney. So even attorney cannot find this FBI agent. So FBI is hiding their own agent. This is something that probably never happened in the history of any bureau or police department or anything like that in the history of humankind. So it turns out Maria was wrong about this Kuyrkendall woman. So let's see the second interview. And there is something interesting at 10:10.
And I said, I'm calling to report the Jewish mafia. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, what do you mean? What do I mean? They're Jewish and they're mobsters. And they said, how do you know? And I said, wait a minute. Do you have a file on Leslie Wexner? And they didn't. He said yes. I know he answered in the affirmative because I asked how big it was because I was so naive. So they didn't help at all. They weren't helpful. But flash forward 10 years later, I'm in hiding, and I'll explain that. But I was in hiding in the middle of the woods of North Carolina, and I get a knock on the door, and it's this gorgeous, tremendous FBI agent. And this man that's like, they were beautiful people. It was weird. Her name was Nesbitt Kuyrkendall. And she called and said, listen, Maria, this situation, I said, is this about my student loans when I saw their badges? Because I haven't been able to make money. And so we're like, no, this isn't about your student loans. This is about your 1996 FBI report, Maria, and it's serious, and we need to come in. And I sat them down and served them orange juice and cookies. I didn't have anything. I was like, I'm so sorry, I don't know what to serve the FBI. Like, I didn't even understand what was going on. And this woman, Nesbitt, she really wanted to solve this case with Epstein. The problem is it was never about Epstein, but we'll get to that because he was given a sweetheart deal.
So she actually was not really a hero in the whole story, that Nesbitt Kuyrkendall. And this is another part which is also related to her, which is important. So and it also mentions director of FBI at that time and what he did afterwards in 2005, actually 2006 to 2008, while FBI was investigating what Epstein. And when he got this sweetheart deal, so everything I'm now talking about, Nesbitt Kuyrkendall or Dell or whatever, will be shown in documents that I'm about to present. So let's see the second part.
Directing is a
Oh,
really
shut
hard
up.
job, but at least there's a set of instructions for you. It's a script.
So, this FBI agent, who sounds like he
Nesbitt.
just walked off a television series, Nesbitt,
Yeah.
she said, we want to get to the bottom of this. Did she mean it? Did
Yes,
she
she-
succeed in that?
No. So all these years, she did mean it. She had little girls and she really wanted it to happen and she cried to me and she was not an actress. This woman had dedicated her life to this case.
She cried after Epstein was given that sweetheart deal. She didn't mention that here. Maria didn't mention that here, but she mentioned that in another interview, I think with Whitney Webb or something like that. But she mentioned that. She mentioned that Nesbitt cried when she reported that she informed Maria Farmer that nothing happened, that they didn't get him. Actually, he served in a prison only by night and so on and so on. So it's a familiar story. I'm not going into that now.
She couldn't believe what we'd been through. I need to tell you that while this was happening, Alan Dershowitz hired in the private sector the former FBI director of the United States.
Which, by the way, makes Alan Dershowitz direct co-conspirator in the whole thing. This is the key point. So FBI, of course, didn't say anything about that, didn't deny it or anything like that, because if they do, there will be investigation and there will be probably in a way bigger problem. So this is the key point.
To find dirt on us. They found one girl that had like weed in high school. You know, I mean, are you kidding? That's
Check out how these guys react.
what the former, now that's the man, Louis Free is his name, Freeh. That man is
Freeh. Freeh. So that's the guy. Attorney and former judge. Wow. Fifth director of Federal Bureau of Investigation from September 1993. So that's the time frame to June 2001. And so on and so on, blah, 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 blah. Assistant U.S. Attorney, United States District Judge, Southern District. Wow, SDNY. Amazing. Okay, Republican, blah, 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 blah. So that's the guy. That's this piece of shit who was. It was impossible that the whole thing was covered up without his knowledge. So he was the head of the whole thing.
the man that was head of the FBI when I made my very specific report outlining everyone I named in the beginning of the program. And I told them why I was naming them. And so for about 14 years now, Jim Hill of ABC News has been trying to get my FOIA request met. He was
This is Freedom of Information Act.
only able to get the second one, heavily redacted. But Nesbitt wanted to solve it. But this year, I saw where she signed off on the agreement. And now no one can find her. Like Brad Edwards, okay? He's a hero attorney. I'm not kidding you. He's the reason this whole thing happened. If it weren't for Brad Edwards and Virginia Roberts, David Boies, and me, those people wouldn't have gone to jail. And I'm not bragging for me. I'm saying those are the main players, okay?
Actually, it's the opposite. So, Virginia Giuffre Roberts went through hell. There's no doubt about it. But she was installed as the most popular victim of Jeffrey Epstein to overshadow Maria Farmer, who is the most important and the most credible victim of Jeffrey Epstein. So let's go to the last interview. And by the way, I think I watched all or listened all Maria Farmer's interviews, and this is the only interview where she mentioned that Nesbitt Kuyrkendall signed off. I think this is what she said here. So she saw that was the date, so around the beginning of 2022, because he didn't say that before in previous interviews. So let's see the last interview. I mean, Maria Farmer mentioned Nesbitt Kuyrkendall in a lot of other interviews, but I'm showing this because this is not removed from YouTube, and these are the recent ones. So this is important because these are the recent ones.
Right. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's been 10 years. I thought that was, just done. And they said, no, we're finally going to get him. And so if you fast forward, they didn't get him, right?
Yeah.
And there was one woman working on it, and she really wanted to get him. Her name's Nesbitt Kuyrkendall. She's a guy agent, and now she's in hiding. So, she really wanted to get him, and then basically nothing happened, right? He was given a sweetheart deal, along with all the other co-conspirators, and that's what's so painful, because you have Sarah Kellman, and she's living this high life, and there's something else I'm going to bring up today while I'm saying this, because I'll forget. And but it needs to be said, Natalie. This is so important. There are people online that have like GoFundMes that are pretending they even met Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and they never did.
Okay, so this is off topic. I mean, it is important, but this is off topic. I will create a separate video on that. She was talking about I think Molly Sky Brown or something like that. Real piece of shit. Another is Kirby Summers. So not with U but with O. That's not her real name. I will create a separate video on this piece of shit. But now I will end here. Because they are co-conspirators. They are trying to overshadow Jeffrey Epstein victims. Of course, he was just low-level staff in the whole scheme. Again, I will create another video on that. Now, I'm showing the search results of when I search for Nesbitt Kuyrkendall. So this is her name, how it's spelled, although I showed that at the beginning of this video. So when I search for this, I have these results. This is Yahoo. So okay, I will first open the some of important articles like this one, basically all articles mentioning her. Telegraph didn't mention her. I know what's this. So I'm just searching for this woman is real piece of shit. I will open this as well. Actually, I can do it right now because this is very important. So go back. Let's see. American Thinker. This is this is mentioned. Home of Leslie Groff. Okay, this is important. 6 witnesses. Although I think Politico covered this. This is also important because it mentions Leslie Groff, one of the major co-conspirators. Okay, this is nothing. This is important. So I open this one. So law professor's type bed. Wow. I open this and I think it's here. Yeah, that's it. Kuyrkendall second affidavit. Very important one. Let's see. I mean, this should be. And also, you can see here that there is no that website, at least in Yahoo, is hiding the content. It should be shown like this. So this should be at the this is also important. This should be one of the first search results. Okay, so this is basically all. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so that was regarding the regarding Yahoo, FBI, Epstein. So Epstein, yeah. So if I had Epstein, I have this one. This is also important. United States District Court. So I'll open that afterwards. Now this is yeah, plaintiff Jeffrey Epstein, Scott Rothstein, individual and brother individually. So this is very important. Oh, shut up. And I will try to find this on some other site when I can download it. So this was the April 2011, or it's not 2004, definitely. So it's probably 2011. The date, the year matches. It was around 2010 when Epstein started. Epstein and Bradley Edwards started suing and counter-suing each other. Here's the one undisputed statement. So it would be interesting to see how this Kuyrkendall is mentioned. Nesbitt, but I cannot see this. But I will try to find this in. Actually, I can do it right now. Okay. So maybe that's the one. Maybe that's. I don't know who is LM. Wow. Okay, so this is the plaintiff, I think. I think this is a picture. So I don't know if I can find anything here. Jury trial. Okay. So let's see. But this is a picture. I'm definitely, of course. So this is of no use. Wow. Wow. "38 pages, was that it?" Yeah, that's it. Okay. So I'm actually just searching for Nesbitt girl. Wow, this is from that. Amazing, that plaintiff. Okay. Special Agent Nesbitt Kuyrkendall and Jason Richards. I think these are the two who also visited, yeah, the year's matches. So they visited my farm in 2008, 2006. This is 2007. Leslie Groff to serve her with a federal grand jury subpoena with an investigation in the Southern District of Florida. Personal assistant of the defendant. Wow. Amazing thing happening here. Okay, so let's see if she's in some other. No, this is the only place that matches. October 20. Okay, so that would be all. I need to save this thing. So it's 39 pages. Epstein, Edwards, 2011. Okay, I can leave this. Okay, so I will now, just for the record, show these pages. Let's see if. Okay, it appears that everything is shown properly. It doesn't skip lines. So I'm just showing this very, very important document. In case it's removed, although it should not be. So this is important because the mainstream media almost didn't mention. I didn't notice that they mentioned about anything about this thing happening, between Edwards and Epstein, so he was suing him. He was suing a lawyer, which is unbelievable. I never heard that this happened, although I'm not expert in legal stuff, I must admit. So I'm just showing this. Oops. Okay, I cannot close this, but I can close this and this. So I will do here the same thing for all the other articles. I will just show the article and then we'll search for Nesbitt girl or girl. I recorded all the, I think most of these articles, so I'm just searching for Nesbitt. Sworn in federal records that no victims expressed strong opinion that actions be prosecuted. It's a lie. First, it's a lie about Maria Farmer and Annie Farmer. A big lie. Police records show Nida and other young, said they wanted just that. So this is Nesbitt Kuyrkendall that Maria Farmer probably didn't know that. I mean, she most certainly didn't know that. And what's the date when she said nice things? Wow. Okay, 2020. When she said nice things about that piece of shit. Wow. Nesbitt Kuyrkendall. So this is very important. Jane Doe 1, Jane Doe 2. Filed this court permission to take the deposition of 6 important government witnesses in this action. The witnesses have significant blah 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 to the case, should be allowed to depose them. So victims should be allowed to. It would be interesting to see if this really happened. I think it did not happen. Mara, I think this is Judge Mara. Let's see, attorney for the government, Troy Eric, Jacqueline Percek, Black, blah 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 blah. Courts certified service. There should be something on judges. No. So this is civil lawsuit. It appears like it's just that. Two witnesses are FBI agents who are government properly informed the victims about Jeffrey Epstein non-prosecution. Yeah, so they are the key players here. 3 of the witnesses are assistant U.S. attorneys who were heavily involved. Wow. So this is very important. I don't remember that I noticed this document before, because I was following all the articles related to Jeffrey Epstein for the reasons explained in my videos on my YouTube channel. So let's see how many places are. Wow, the 6 witnesses are FBI Special Agent Nesbitt Kuyrkendall, Jason Richards, former first Assistant U.S. Attorney Jeff Sloman, never heard of this guy, currently employed at the Miami law firm. Wow. Former Chief of the Criminal Division Matt Menchel, currently employed at the Miami law firm. This is real piece of shit. Villafaña, Assistant U.S. Attorney Marie Villafaña, former U.S. Attorney R. Alexander Alex Acosta, currently employed at Florida International University. Wow. Like this guy who are creating home videos. Almost all of them have this voice. Wow. Okay, so that was the only place where Nesbitt appeared together with his colleague Jason. I don't know what happened again with this motion. And I just want to see if this piece of shit Marie what? Oh wow, she has United States Department of Justice. Yeah, she was the United States Assistant United States Attorney. So I will just 7 pages. I will just go through this document to show it, just for the record. So this is extremely important. Of course, going to save it. So document. Okay, so what's this? Jane Doe versus Law. United States. Okay, it makes sense. Jane Doe, Jane Doe 1, 2 versus US 6. There are 6 government. 6 witnesses. Witness. Plus, I think this is more appropriate. Okay, so I don't need this anymore. Wow, Miami Herald. What? Yeah, right. December 4th of December 2018. Perversion of jail, even from jail. What? Don't try this at home, kids. Okay, so I don't know who wrote this. Trying to published, updated. No. What? December 4th, 10 a.m. Just a second. So, I don't know why I never saw this. I don't recall I saw this article before. So I'm just going to go through it quickly. But before that, I need to take care of something. So, it will be seen here in other articles that there is some article from 2016. So 2016, when Nesbitt Kuyrkendall is mentioned, which is unbelievable. And by the way, I just want to make sure one more time what's the date here. So actually this is probably that article published in 2016 is about this document because it matches the timeline. So 2015. Yeah, 17th of December 2015. And what was it 2016? Well, Donny Boy, I call him Donny Boy, that piece of shit, Donald Trump, who was illegally elected because first he was reported by Maria Farmer in 2016 to be directly related to, so I'm not just showing this, to Jeffrey Epstein, that famous, infamous meeting with Maria Farmer. He had with Maria Farmer when Epstein said she's not here for you, and even Daily Mail reported that in one of their articles. So it's not just something that appears. That statement doesn't appear just in interviews with investigative journalists, not mainstream media, but it also appeared in Daily Mail, which is mainstream media in the UK. So I just showed this, and I will search for Nesbitt. So that agent, Timothy Slater, confirmed that he and the other agent of the case, Nesbitt, called Roberts in January. Wow, these are the agents who called Virginia Roberts. He informed Roberts that they suspected she was a victim of Epstein. Yeah, so these are the agents that are mentioned in one of the interviews, I think, by Miami Herald with Virginia Roberts Giuffre. Yeah, this is true. I mean, they didn't. The FBI didn't provide any protection, not just for Virginia Roberts Giuffre, but also for. I mean, this is official now, but also for Maria Farmer, and they now just expect people to risk their lives. I mean, come on, what the hell? Okay, let's see if this piece of shit Nesbitt is mentioned somewhere else. Yeah, she's not. So I showed the whole thing, and I showed how you can read the article without being subscribed. I'm not going to explain everything in detail. Can I open this picture? Oh, yeah. What's this? Okay. Doesn't really ring a bell. Who's this? This piece of shit should go to jail. I think there is no picture here. I'm just trying. Real piece of shit and moron. Stupid bitch. She will go in front of international court on new trial, real trial. That will happen no matter who is protecting this moron, stupid bitch. Okay, so that was it. old pictures are there. So I think this is the, yeah, so this is very important. And I need to close this. So, oh no, I didn't see who was the author of that. Anyways, I showed the whole article, so it will be seen if there is the author shown of that article I just closed. So this is very important. And again, some local newspaper. Now, fortunately, everyone can read it in the world if they have their website, which is very, very nice. So September, so that was probably this the motion I showed in PDF form, 200 victims. Yeah, Jane 1 and Jane 2. Top federal officials who were involved in inking the, yeah. FBI agents, current former federal prosecutor Alexandra Cost and former attorney in the motion by the other Paul Cassandra have Jane Doe. Yeah, that's it. No, what? So this article is about that motion. Check out what this piece of shit says. Because they procure other money. Really? Really? Apparently. You stupid fucking moron. CVRA. So the reason I will of course create video on that. So the reason why they are acting like that, what police, FBI agents and other pieces of shit are acting like this, judges, they are really, most of them are real pieces of shit. My monstrous murders of 3 members of my family, which also includes, these cases also include poisoning of 3 minors. Those are real pieces of shit. They are acting in that way because they are rarely convicted. This is why they are acting this way, and because they are not convicted because they in cases when real mafia is involved, they are always protecting real mafia. What the hell is this? Can I pause this? Anyways. Okay, the Acosta, FBI Special Agent Nesbitt, Kuyrkendall, Jason Richards, former Jeff Sloman, former Assistant Matt Mensch, and Assistant U.S. Attorney Marie Villafaña. Should be here, and with that wave sign, diacritical sign. What? Oh, well, this is about lawsuit. Okay. Yeah, so that motion is related to lawsuit about violating CVRA, Crime Victims' Right Act. $2,000, blah, 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 blah. And I think that was it. Yeah. I'm showing this on purpose just to prove that the whole thing is real. I'm not faking anything. Okay, these other things are very familiar, and I just want to see. Okay, so just want to go to this article. Not found. Wow. Okay, fair enough. Shut up. Yeah, so this is important. This is that thread that I opened when I when I saw picture of that piece of shit Villafaña. That's this moron, a stupid bitch, who was partly responsible for Sweetheart Deal. Sweetheart Deal. I don't know if I can enlarge this to show that it's her. Yeah, it says Maire Villafaña. This is her. This is her signature. Actually, I need to. So this is some sort of thread reader. This was on Pluribusum. I actually have the 2019 July. Okay, that was the time when the whole thing broke out big time with Epstein. So I'm just going to show this whole thread and search for this Villafaña because I never read anything about her until I started searching for Nesbitt. And I will, of course, search for Nesbitt in this thread. Another real piece of shit. Barry Krischer. Memo. Real piece of shit, Alex Acosta. And I think that's it. Okay. Just to show the whole thing so it doesn't look like a fake that I created this or anything similar. Of course this, and so on and so on. So let's see first Maire. The case lead prosecutor, wow. Maire Villafaña wrote to Mr. Epstein's lawyer at one point, I can file the charge in this record, which will hopefully cut the press coverage significantly. Do you want to check that out? Wow. This piece of shit should be in jail for life. Let's see, is there anything else on this moron? So it says here, yeah, that's the picture. That's the picture. Let's see what this says. If I can, I don't know. Ms. Probably one of the victims, which is Memo Maria. It's not Maria, it's Marie. Come on. To notification of coming case. Is entitled to notification of coming case to victim, one of the victims. Yeah. She sent that to Acosta and to special agent, so she was in charge. So she was in charge as a special agent in charge as a SAC, I think that's from movie Sabotage, I think. And that guy mentioned that actress from Matrix played in the movie Sabotage. So this is where I learned about special agent in charge. So she was special agent in charge, FBI special agent in charge. Wow, amazing. So she was in charge, not that other guy, because there were one male and one female when they visited Maria Farm. I mean, she said that multiple times. Okay, let's see what she said here that in addition to these rights, you are entitled to counseling and medical services, yeah, right, and protection. Never happened from intimidation and hurt. If the court determines that you are a victim, uh, you also may be entitled to restitution from the perpetrator, and list of counseling and medical supervisors can be blah blah blah. If you desire, if you or your family suffered to any intimidation, blah blah blah, nothing happened on that. Please contact Special Agent Kuyrkendall, or whatever, or myself immediately. It is possible that someone working on behalf of the targets of the investigation may contact you. Such contact does not violate the law. Wow, really? However, if you are contacted, you have the choice of speaking to that person or refusing to do that. If you refuse and feel that you are being threatened or harassed, then please contact special agent. She forgot to mention here special agent in charge. So Nesbitt Kuyrkendall was special agent in charge of investigating Jeffrey Epstein in 2006 to 2005 to 2008. But let's say it's 2006 because Maria Farmer said it's 2006. So Special Agent Kuyrkendall, it's obviously that's her. Yeah, she signed here CC, Special Agent Nesbitt Kuyrkendall. Again, I think it's according to the law to state explicitly Special Agent in charge. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, okay, you also are entitled to notification of upcoming case events. Never happened. At this time, your case is under investigation. If anyone is charged in connection with the investigation, you will be notified. Didn't happen. So this is that piece of shit. Flashback. Department of Labor Secretary Picard was being pressured by attorneys to keep victims in the dark about a plea deal, which was implication for U.S. national security due to lack of investigation of potential criminal underage sex blackmail of prominent U.S. and international public affairs and celebrities. This is important. Hearing for Cabinet Labor Secretary has been rescheduled for March. Why is this hearing? For one, his involvement in the potential cover-up of sex blackmail, which apparently resulted in him and other turning a blind eye. Yeah, not multiple, not like hundreds of crimes. It seems so that no one has even been questioned about the national security implication of what appears to be potential blackmail of powerful and influential people involved, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And so on and so on. Okay, so I showed the whole thing. So very, very important thread here. I can close this now. American Thinker. I think this is the same thing. Wow, but this is January. What? What the hell is that? The city of orgy, Bill Clinton orgy island palm may be exposed and overturned. Billionaire body. Now this is focusing on Bill Clinton. Oh, I forgot to. Okay, I forgot to open that to search for Nesbitt in that thread. So okay, I haven't talked about this. Oh, it's here. I have another one, which is nice. So I'm going to shrink it and search for. So Marie was only one here, and the second one is this. Is in this. Only one place in this picture. So I'm going to talk about this later. When was this? Yeah, I have this. I can close it. No, I don't have this. I showed this already, so I'm just going to close it. I don't know, I probably have this as well. Anyways, so thinker. Let's see where we have, maybe we have even Marie. Yeah, we have. She agreed to stop sending notification about month 34 underage. Oh boy. What's this? Okay, so Marie, I will just show this quickly. So I'm just focused on Marie, and because again I was reading almost all articles related to Jeffrey Epstein even before the whole thing, but not really before the whole thing broke out. I read something before that. I didn't realize how important this is, but after it broke out, I was reading everything, and I really don't remember that I read something about this woman, Marie. Yeah, this is something that I already showed. Okay, she was the one. And let's see what is there something about Nesbitt. Yeah, she's just mentioned here in the context of these 6 witnesses. So this article sort of sums up some of the articles I just opened. So that would be all. What's this? This is okay. It's July. I'll just search for Marie. Wow, it's amazing how she's lying, brutally lying. So Nesbitt. In court document. I think this is the that court document, this one, where she said that no one wanted to really go after Epstein, which is totally wrong, brutal lie. Okay, so I will just show this whole article. And we'll then close it. Oh, this is a long article. Spencer Cohen, the lawyer that appeared in several documentaries about Epstein. And this is Washington Post. Way to go. Okay. Okay, I can close it now. This is Patios, whatever it is spelled, pronounced. Wow, 13th of November 2018. Let's see about Maire girl. So again, I'm searching for her because yeah, this is something that I already. So I will just go through this article quickly, just for the record. And that would be it. Again, a long article. And this is nothing. Okay, I can close this, and this is very important. So that's what's the date? Yeah, 2006. Everything matches, but it appears that this is maybe, yeah. I mean, come on, this is the date. This looks like beginning 6th of February, I guess, 2017, or maybe 2nd of June 2017. Anyways, I mean 2017. So this is what this piece of shit, the statement, this piece of shit special agent in charge, nobody said that she was special agent in charge even here. So this is her statement where she's brutally lying. This is her, what the hell, what kind of Nesbitt, come on, special agent. Wow, it's May. What the hell? It says June. Probably it was official. It was official. It was confirmed by court or anything like that. Prosecution maybe. So that was also something very important. Second affidavit. Okay, now I'm going to open something that I haven't. I don't know if I open this one. Seattle Times. I have this already. Okay. Wow. I haven't seen this in previous search. (2019). I opened this one. I opened that one as well. So yeah, wow. I don't know if I open this. Wow. Okay, this is really nice. Really nice. I think I opened this one. Yeah, this is the date. Yeah, American Thinker, and I think Miami Herald. Wow, they wrote about this. This as well. I think these are all this is Kirby Summers I mentioned, I think, in this video, because I already created another video on Epstein. I don't have this. Virgin Island Daily News, nothing special. Okay. Okay, so this is almost the same. I don't have this, but I want to open it because I had this. Actually, I had this already. So I have this. So one of these articles I opened have some sort of a virus. So I showed this already. I'm just trying to see if yeah, Jane Musgrave, that's it. I show this as well. Okay, so this is that's 7 pages. Yeah, I have this. Okay, the date. Let's see if there is something. I have this already. In only one place. It's a bit different, so I'm going to show this right away. Okay, so that was the article. For petitioners, Dexter, blah, blah, blah. Kenneth Mara, yeah, district judge. Yeah, right. I'm not going to download PDF because I know if this article triggered that warning. Probably not, because I don't see any ads or something like that. So okay, so we'll just show the whole thing. This might be available on some other website, but I'll just do this to avoid searching other websites because it might take longer than this. Okay, wow, it's huge. So these are basically all the articles, at least in Yahoo search, and I search in other engines, it's the same, almost the same results. But they didn't really mention these people a lot in media, so they're hiding them probably because they know a lot, and if they start talking, it will be real problems. So Marie, she's there. Lefkowitz. I don't remember that anyone mentioned that or that I read that. Okay, so that was about Marie. Let's see what Nesbitt girl has to say. Only one match. Okay, so that was it. Why is this here again? I don't know. What? Miami Herald. Julie Brown, what a hero! Like Maria Farmer said. Okay, so let's see if Marie is here. She's not, so they're hiding her. Because she was the part of the same case, she should be everywhere where Nesbitt is. Okay, so I'll just go through this article. Well, this is a rare article mentioning Nesbitt after trial started. Okay, I don't need this anymore. So, what? Who wrote this? Unbelievable. Wow, 2008. Where's the author of this? Julie Brown. Why I saw 2008. No, this is the decision, date of the decision, 2018, November. So this is almost the same date as the one in, I think, American Thinker. So let's see if Marie is here. Yeah, she's here. But after 2019, she was not mentioned. Same goes for Nesbitt. Nesbitt is actually mentioned once. After that, yeah, this is about Virginia. So I have this, but I will just show it for the record. I think I didn't see this in other articles. Okay, so that was it. I'm not going to close this one. What's this? DNA. It doesn't appear to be anything important. So that would be all regarding Nesbitt Kuyrkendall, special agent in charge of Jeffrey Epstein investigation in 2006 to 2008. So she was main co-conspirator, and I just showed other people who were also co-conspirators, and this is something that mainstream media are hiding big time. So that would be it regarding Nesbitt so far. Maybe she will suddenly appear and say what she has to say, but that will not happen. They will probably stage something as if she dies in car accident, something like that, to just make her disappear and never speak to the public, which she needs to do.